When I think of a fighter, man, there's a lot of guys that just did it and you would never know.
How would I describe a fighter? Stubborn, strong, obviously, almost to a fault, because you just won't give up. Like, I think if you're gonna be a fighter, you have to go in balls to the wall and just roll with it.
A fighter could be taken as like a negative connotation, you know, in today's society, modern world. Like, you're a fighter, like that could be like, what, you're aggressive? Like, why are you angry? Why do you want to fight? Like, fighting's bad. A lot of people have different motivations, I guess. Yeah, what, maybe they got beat up, so now they have a point to prove. Maybe they're, you know, some people might just be angry at the world, you know, and just want to go out there and just rip heads, you know? Some people just have it in them, though. Some people are just fighters.
My name is Gardner Watkins. I currently own 3rd Street BJJ, martial arts gym focusing on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing. I had 2 MMA fights, 1 win, 1 no contest. I had 6 boxing fights, and then I've had at least 10 super fights with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or matches. So it's been mostly amateur for me. Never had a pro MMA fight. Just lost the taste for it at some point.
So what is your name? What do you currently do?
My name is Eric McGinnis. Right now, my job is I work for New Hanover County Schools as the area networking coordinator. I've been training, I started in 2009, and I've been training for, you know, so that's 12 years. Now, we were talking earlier, at Blue Belt, I took about a year off. I took, you know, a couple months off again, like at Purple Belt. So it's life. In 12 years, that's like, you have your year where you're training 5-6 days a week, you're competing, you're in there, you're super dedicated, it's all you think about. And then you have your years where you're kind of slow. I'm training once a week. I took a month off. Okay, that's life in anything, you know. You have your ups and downs and your ebbs and flows, but as long as it remains constant, you know, that's the most important thing. Like, that it remained constant.
Most people, when they do MMA and they start out, they probably don't have a huge support system of their family. It's hard to do. You probably broke a lot because you're training. Most fighters are broke when they start out. I mean, it's not something that people want to do who have a good job usually. Like, who wants to go and get punched in the face and in the head every day? But when you're a young kid and you're coming up, it's kind of fun to go in there and be with your friends and fight. Yeah, there's a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Don't make me look soft on that question.
Nah, I got you.
But there's a lot of people out there that look for something like this to do, because while you get to be tough, you get to have a tribe. You get to have that team. After high school, people wrestled, they played sports. People who are used to that team aspect come in and jump right in, and they're like, this is awesome. This is what we do. People who haven't done it before get to experience that. Like, you can't make the basketball team in high school. You can come in here and walk in the door and you're welcome. Like, get on the mat, let's roll. If you're not athletic, I'll make you athletic. I will, like, come get some private lessons. Let's teach you how to have some body movement. It translates to people who want to come in and be in the tribe can. And it's not, I don't want to say tribe as a cliquish thing, but people that want to come in and be in a group, they can. And they can, like, thrive if that's what they want to do.
A fighter could be taken as like a negative connotation, you know, in today's society, modern world. Like, you're a fighter, like that could be like, what, you're aggressive? Like, why are you angry? Why do you want to fight? Like, fighting's bad. I look at it more as, of course, like, I'm sure you agree, like, as a positive thing. Like, you're fighting, like, you can fight for what's right. You can fight for what you believe in. You know, you can go out, like, what are you fighting for? If you're fighting for a good cause, you know, I guess that kind of ties back into what causes someone to want to go out and fight, you know? Everyone has their own personal reasons. Like, why? Why are you going out to fight, you know? Risk like personal health and injury and embarrassment and failure. It's like so much risk. It's like, why? Like, what are you fighting for? Everyone has a reason, and if you're gonna fight, you better know your reason. Because if you don't have a reason, that's, you know, then why are you doing it? You know, you need to be able to answer that question. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you stepping out there? What are you fighting for?
Why do you think you ended up deciding to take fights with boxing and MMA?
It was not money. I think it was probably attention. Like, some people, like, I wanted to do it because I wanted to see if I could do it, but also, like, everybody wants that little bit of attention. Like, I mean, people like to fight, but, like, you get noticed. Like, it's cool. Like, you stand in front of people, like, people that you wouldn't think of give you accolades. So it's kind of cool to have that for everybody, if that's what you like. And I kind of like, it was fun, you know. Girls notice you, dudes notice you. Everybody notices you when you're in that spotlight, I guess. It's neat. I was motivated to be a fighter. Doesn't always pan out in that, but that's what I was motivated to do.
Were you inspired by like Nate Diaz, Ortiz?
I was inspired most by BJ Penn, watching his fights, and then I actually got a chance to watch a couple of Renato Ceruto Verissimo's videos, and not even knowing that he was going to be my coach one day, and I really enjoyed their style of fighting, and then ended up training with a couple of his guys in North Carolina and went from there. Ceruto fought Matt Hughes, Carlos Condit, Carlos Newton. He's fought all of the top tier guys when it was coming up in that, I would say, golden age of UFC, kind of like the glory days. When I took my first fight, I worked at Jerry Allen's, right below the gym. I cooked from like 11 o'clock until 3 every day. And then I would wake up, do morning practice, morning jiu-jitsu, go downstairs, start work at 11, get off at 3. At 4:30, kids classes would start. I'd teach kids classes. And then I would start my training for the second part of the day. And then after that, usually I'd go and bounce at Jerry Allen's at nighttime. Pretty much Groundhog's Day every day. If you want to fight, you need to be there 6 days a week. You know, it's not something that you can do part-time and want to be successful at. Jiu-jitsu, boxing, any of it. Like, you have to want more than mediocrity. My coach for MMA was Jeremy Owens, Adam Jatan, Dave French, Nils Umbro. Coach Andre Thompson was at Evolution. At the time, he's got his own gym in town now. That was the guys that were coaching at the time that we were fighting. They're super hard on each other. We went out and had fun at nighttime, but like when you came in and trained, like you were getting good rounds in. Everybody was going hard. Usually somebody had a cut eye, bloody nose. Time pulls everybody apart in their own different directions, but at that time, everybody's real close. When I started out, the reason that I started jiu-jitsu was because I was going to watch somebody play pool. I've said it before, I think. And I walked by and there was this dude in the gym beside the pool hall. He was a giant and he was just like laughing and like throwing people around like they were rolling, and he was just no problem, just moving people around. And I went in and talked to him, and it was at John Maynard's gym, champion MMA or champion karate in Wilmington, and it was Jeremy Owens. He taught their jiu-jitsu class. I think he was I want to say he was a purple belt at the time. And I met that dude and just signed up. Like, came to the next class he was teaching. He was super fun, and probably one of the best ambassadors for jiu-jitsu I could think of. There's a lot of people that I train with that you know aren't around. Jeremy passed away last year. That's the thing that people don't realize also, is that this community is kind of full of people that might not want to be around anymore. So being friends with people and being in that community helps out a lot more people than you. Like, since owning the gym, I've talked to 2 people that wanted to kill themselves. That's just real, you know? So you're not only getting people that are mentally tough, but you're getting people that aren't. So, or are mentally tough and just can't do it anymore. I don't know how to say it, but I mean, I wanted to say that Jeremy Owens influenced how I do things for the rest of my life. With jiu-jitsu, with the team. So, damn it. You know, you're good. Yeah, I'm not gonna cry at it. But, like, that dude was a good dude. So, yeah.
100%. Yeah, I know. I've heard you talk about Jeremy before and everything. And I know that really affected you. I think that just shows the level of, like, how tight everybody is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Good community. Time out.
I was gonna say, you want to take a break? You good?
Too much coffee.
Steve? So what made you end up stop fighting? Was it a major life event or an injury, or did you simply decide?
What made me stop fighting? Lack of trust in the system that you're getting into. No, like, unless you're like a superstar, nobody cares about you. You're just there to be a piece of meat that fights in front of people. And I kind of saw it wasn't because of my fight. I just saw it all together. And I also knew that I wasn't going to be a world burner. I wasn't going to be that guy on pride. Like, I've trained with guys like that, and I probably wasted some potential throughout my younger life by dicking around some. When I should have been more focused on training, which is also why you don't show up do the work, you won't win them all. So I lost some fights because I probably didn't put in the work for those, but I won some fights because I put in a lot of the work and accomplished the goals that I wanted to. I kind of just got unmotivated, man. Enough people telling you that this isn't going to pay your bills, go do this. I went to culinary school, started cooking, still training, but just cooking, and opened a restaurant and decided that I wanted to just do that. And it took me about a year to realize that that wasn't the way to do it. And I came back and opened a gym. This lifestyle is made for certain people. Like, I just enjoy it. I enjoy teaching people. I enjoy the camaraderie of it. It makes for a good day. Does it get harder as you get older? Do your bones hurt every day? Yes. Do you have a girlfriend calling you sometime asking you to pick up diapers right in the middle of training? And sometimes you get 3 or 4 phone calls and you got to pick it up. You know, some things just push priorities around. And a lot of times being a 40-year-old competitive black belt falls off to family, kids, that. But in my early 30s, late 20s, when all I was doing this, it was really cool to experience because I could get up every day and do it. Now my body hurts in the morning. So, like, when I was fighting, I thought that I was the toughest person in the world. Now that you're 40, you realize that you're not anymore. Like, you're not, like, you never were the toughest guy in the room. There was always, like, there's always somebody bigger and badder than you. It all has to do with standing up for yourself. Like, being able to not be the ant under somebody's shoe. Fight back. Always.